Alright, you guys, I hope you like that intro. Oh, yeah, it is. Wow, dude, this thing's crazy. Alright, guys, I hope you like that intro. We are stepping up video quality on the channel. The past couple of days, I've put a lot of money into new camera equipment. We're still using all of our old lenses. However, for all my camera friends out there, if you guys know anything about cameras, I've been shooting with a Canon EOS R for 2 years now. Finally made the jump over to the EOS R5, so we have a lot higher and better capabilities now. I also snagged a gimbal because a lot of people wanted smoother footage and whatnot, so I'm here to deliver where I can to bring you the utmost best quality content out there. We're also shooting in 4K now, so I hope you enjoy that. So today we're working on our hatchback some more. We got to build some fuel lines. We have to continue getting this thing ready. Radiator hoses, intake, fuel lines, fuel rails, all that kind of stuff. So I ran into a very small issue with what we had, so let me show you what we got real quick. So first of all, I do want to say thank you to Cobb, because Cobb did send us some fuel rails. However, they sent us side feed to top feed conversion. Those just simply are not the right fuel rails for what we're doing. Luckily, I was able to find a set of radium fuel rails locally, so we're going to be using these radium top feed fuel rails. Now, last time I went to install fuel rails on a car with TGVs, we had one issue, and that was the fact that the TGV motor was getting in the way of the fuel lines that we had. We had some pre-made IAG fuel lines, and they just were not fitting very well. So to remedy that, we're just going to build our own fuel line, or unless I can make the IG lines work, but I really don't care to. With that, we also have an Aeromotive A1000 we're going to be using in here. So we can go ahead and get our injectors sat in the TGVs. The TGVs are already bolted down. The intake manifold just temporarily sat down. We're going to swap out our stock 2-port boost controller here for a 3-port boost controller, relocate some stuff, make some stuff look prettier, and get this engine bay looking absolutely beautiful. So I say we start today off by doing something. Well, let's just go ahead and get this guy out of the way. I'll get that out with 2 hands. Oh, I also got our Grimspeed mini battery tray in with our Odyssey PC 680 Extreme in here, so that is Gucci as well. So fuck, dude, what do I want to do first? I think to start things off, I'm gonna start playing with the fuel system. We'll see if I can make these stock IAG lines work. I doubt it, but if I can make them work, we'll use them. If not, I'll just build some fuel line. It's not the end of the world. We've got a wee bit of a problem here. You see, our fuel injectors, I've never seen fuel injectors this loose in TGVs before. It's a little bit concerning. I mean, these fuel injectors are for this car, but something here seems up. Something don't seem right. I can't pinpoint it, but fuel injectors normally aren't that loose. The second thing, we have no fuel rails that work. The one Cobb sent us are for side feed conversion. So the TGVs are actually different on side feed to top feed. So these mounting holes for the fuel rails don't even line up. The radium ones, another problem, they didn't come with any hardware, and I don't have a plug for this, so I think I'll just order a set of IAGs or something tonight. I've got so many fuel rails here, yet none of them work, which is a little bit annoying, so it's whatever, I guess. So because I'm kind of on a standstill with the fuel system, I mean, I'm waiting for fittings to come in for that Aeromotive A1000 anyways, and I need to build a bracket for it, but I guess because we're at a standstill with that, we're gonna jump over to our intake manifold, which is right there. So in those 2 boxes, we've got a 3-port boost controller and a Cobb 4-bar map sensor for this thing. So the map sensor is going to end up sitting right here. Boost controller is going to go somewhere over here. That whole bracket has to come off. I'm going to relocate all of it and make it look nice and pretty. So we can at least jump ahead and get those on there, I guess. So dumb. Evap, we got Evap chilling over there. So we'll leave that for right now because that's not going anywhere. So let's do our boost controller and map sensor, get that knocked out. And then we can jump on getting back under the car. We will do our blast plates on this thing. I think we can get some oil in this thing also, just to get some oil back in the pan, make sure we have no oil leaks or anything like that, and then keep going on some of the small stuff. But that the whole fuel rail debacle is just, it's a little bit annoying. All right, we got more stuff going back together in here. So I've got our map sensor hooked up to our manifold. I've got our boost controller hooked up. For the map sensor, it's just gonna need a manifold reference. For the boost controller, just pull up whatever diagram you're using. Typically port 1 goes to the turbo inlet. Port 2, which is this guy here, goes friggin' somewhere. Oh, port 2 goes to the compressor housing and port 3 goes to the internal wastegate. So if you're external wastegate, it's a different routing, but we've got our boost controller hooked up, our map sensor hooked up. I have a subscriber who we're meeting up with later to grab some fuel rails from. They're not the ideal color, they are gold, but you know, I really don't care. Typically I just like black everything, but you know, maybe the gold will give it a nice touch. We just need some fuel rails because right now our current fuel rail situation is just not working. So now that we've got some of this stuff kind of put back together, our manifolds bolted back down and everything like that, we can either do intercooler piping next or blast plates. I think, dude, I fell asleep with my contacts in last night and my eye is just absolutely killing me, you guys, so I might actually take a break for a couple minutes. If you wear contacts, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. And of course, little puppy Mochi chewed on all my glasses, so yeah, I'll live in the struggle life, the struggle bus right now. So I think I'm gonna start on intercooler piping next. Just the front half of it to clear off some of the intercooler piping on the back rack. I just wanna crawl into the car right now. My eye all acting up and whatnot. Don't feel good, so let's do some intercooler piping. Pipe up some intercooler. All right, my friends. Well, we got most of the intercooler installed on here and it looks really good. I've got 2 pipes that are kind of temporarily put up in here in the engine bay right now, just so I could get a feel for how they'd look. We've got this pipe here that goes up to our Grimspeed bypass valve. We're gonna have the hose that goes back down to the turbo inlet to recirc that air. Then we've got this one coming off. I'm pretty sure that's the right hose. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the right hose for that turbo side. It could just be a 90. I might have the wrong hose on there altogether. If not, I don't quite know what that hose goes to. I'll figure it out. I'll just kind of put stuff in places where I figured it would go, if we're being honest. But got that stuff knocked out full. I got just to get those hoses up off the ground, couplers, clamps. I'm just trying to be able to sort through that back rack a lot easier than trying to sift through stuff. Next up, we're gonna install our more sport blast plates. So the whole point of these blast plates is to strengthen up the 5-speed more. Well, to strengthen up the 5-speed, if we're being honest. The 5-speeds don't like a lot of torque and they will break. They're just not strong cases. Like if you look at this STI 6-speed right here, this is a beefy transmission. Like this thing is all beef, no bread, no mayonnaise, a little bit of mustard, a little bit of ranch, a couple jalapenos, but all beef. That little baby transmission down there is nothing but a couple cucumbers, all right? You go to put some torque at that thing and it's gonna snap. It's just gonna break there, little Jimmy. So to fix that, we got a set of more sport blast plates. Now the blast plates are essentially just gonna create a cage around the transmission to just strengthen it up that much more, if you know what I'm saying. So I've never installed blast plates before, so I'm gonna watch a quick YouTube video. I'm gonna get the WRX up on the quick jack just so that way we have space to crawl up under it. And we'll figure it out. It's 4 bolts. 4 bolts, a nut and a bolt. Figure it out right there. Right done there. We'll get figured out. Oh, quick jacks, shove down the video. 'Cause I'm the scat man. You ever have those days where you just feel like working slow? It's kind of me today. I'm coming up, 'cause you better get the party started. I'm going up, I'm going. Alright, let me watch a video on how to install these things real quick so that way I have literally some idea of what I'm doing, because right now I have absolutely no idea. I didn't find any instructions and all the videos I found kind of sucked, but I found this picture and this picture shows exactly where they go and all the torque settings are cast into the more blast plates. So I'm just gonna go down there and put them in. There's 4 bolts you need to take out of the transmission. Let me get these in real quick and then I'll show you that you legit just take these 4 bolts out, put these blast plates on, re-torque them down, and you're Gucci at that point. So let's go put in some blast plates, baby. Keep this thing from blowing up. Keep it from doing the blasting. We're doing all this sky blow. Blah, blah. Hiya, Jackie. Like I said, I don't quite know what I'm doing, but it can't be that difficult. Hiya. Oh my God, there's a lot of bolts in this thing. All right, so this is the blast plate. The blast plate's gotta go. Ah, it goes right there, don't it? I'm just gonna kind of go at it. I know that that's one of them right there. That's a freaking 14. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking joking me right now? Do I have to take out the downpipe? I'm gonna time lapse through this so I can take this downpipe out. And I'm gonna get these blast plates on. And I'll show you where they go. But let me tell you now, your downpipe can't be in here. It's straight up in the way. It's legit straight up in the way. That's not cool. Who designed this? Jackie! Hiya! Alright, let me get these blast plates on, you guys. Alright, well, we have once again reached another roadblock, my friends. So these blast plates, I've learned something after taking my downpipe out, taking out all the bolts and whatnot for the transmission. You can't put the blast plates in unless the 5-speed's out of the car, which really friggin' sucks. I really don't want to take the 5-speed out of the car right now, and I'll show you why. Right up here, there's one bolt on this very top. So the 4 bolt spots for the blast plates are right here. There's one right above it. There's one right here, and then one more up there. These 2 on the back are 12s, 2 on the front are 14s. But this bolt up here, you cannot get out. And this other 14 that's over here, you can't get out with taking the downpipe out. So here's the problem. If you look right there, I'm not that committed to putting these blast plates in right now. I don't want to take this transmission out of the car. So what I'm gonna do here is put the bolts back in, put the downpipe back on, and we're gonna move on to something else for right now. Alright guys, it is the next day. It got a little bit late last night. A couple friends came over or whatnot, but I did get the bumper on the WRX cut up to be able to fit it back on here with a front mount. I'll kind of show you the areas that you need to trim real quick, but I'm kind of at a standstill until parts get dropped off. I have a ton of stuff getting dropped off by iWire today, like a battery, I believe a battery relocation kit, the AFR gauge that ties into the stock ECM, so that way it can see what wideband readings actually are. Some upgraded injector wiring. I didn't know that was a thing, but we have that coming, and some other stuff as well. But like I said, I'm kind of at a standstill. I talked to a buddy down at Cobb, and they're gonna get the fuel rail situation sorted out for us. So kind of on standby, kind of at the mercy of shipping times now until we can get the WRX started, but it's all right. So with our bumper here, I had to cut out, not a ton, but a reasonable amount to be able to fit up properly. I just followed the body line that was on the bumper. You totally can like cut it in more if you want to follow the contour of the intercooler, but I think that looks the best. I think it's even and symmetrical on both sides. I think it fits well. The Grimspeed intercooler looks beautiful up behind that bumper. So with this, like I said, we're kind of at a standstill until I get these fuel rails. I can't put the wire harness in until I get the fuel lines made. Can't get the fuel lines made until I have fuel rails, so that way I know where they all go. I also got the fuel pressure regulator mounted up. I may end up making a different bracket for this. Right now I just have it sitting up here on top of the manifold. It's a little bit of a lazy install spot, but I might move it somewhere else. We'll see. I'm back and forth on what I want to do with it. But our pile of parts is starting to dwindle, you guys. So far less things back here now, which is really the goal I've been trying to achieve by going through and knocking all this stuff out. We have like our wire harness, some intercooler piping left. I think this is that's a fuel rail that we're not using in that box right there. I still have all the fuel line here to be able to make fuel lines. Got to send these fuel lines or these fuel rails back. So we're getting there. We're getting close to being done with the hatch, so that way we can start it up and see what she will make. I really just kind of want to throw that 6-speed in. I just don't have everything for it yet, so that'll come at a later point. But that's all I got for you guys in this one. A little bit of a shorter video, so I do apologize. So let me know what you guys think of the overall like changes with video quality. Do you like this better? Do you prefer the old video setup better? Let me know down below. I hope it's better. That gimbal, I'll show you guys the gimbal. For those of you that are camera nerds like me and like camera and photography equipment, I ended up getting the Ronin RS3. It's a pretty reasonably priced gimbal. I think like $600 for a gimbal, which isn't terrible. I just have to learn to use it better. Like there's techniques when it comes to using that stuff. So I'm gonna continue playing around with it, continue getting better with it and whatnot. But like I said, that's all I got for you guys on this one. Still good progress on the hatch. We learned some stuff, we got some stuff in, we got it closer to working. So if you like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button, turn black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color turns for you. Color of the day today is going to be World Rally Blue 4 Blue right here. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be one of these corners, it's going to be in that one down there this time. Boop. If you want to do it, you're an adult. I'm not going to tell you to do it. But with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.